Welcome to our Icon of the Seas little mini ship tour here. We're starting deck 4 forward, and we're going to be walking through, headed aft. Here's the music hall. So the music hall is a venue. It's actually on decks 3 and 4, but we're not going to head down to 3. But as you can see, this is a really nice venue. They pretty much always got music going on in here too. We haven't spent any time here yet. This is our final sea day I'm filming this on. We're definitely going to be here today. Then as you walk through the music hall, you make it into the casino. And I'm not going to film in here because you're not allowed to. As you make it to the casino bar, you can exit over here. And this is something that we have really liked. They have escalators that take you up to the promenade. So cool. So as you make it to the top of the escalators and you look right, you have the Pearl. Starting forward on deck 5, which is the main promenade deck, the Royal Theater's there. And you actually have some really cool things like this around the ship. This is really awesome. But we're gonna walk forward here. To your right immediately, you have Solera Beauty, which is a store. You have Effie, and then you have one of our favorites on Royal, Sorrento's. And to your left, they have Spotlight Karaoke. We haven't spent any time in there yet, but again, this is our final sea day. We definitely plan on spending some time there. Continuing to walk forward, you got more shops. You got the Collection, which is like a bunch of designer purses and other stuff like that. We don't go in there, we can't afford it. Right after that, you got Starbucks, which is very expensive, but of course, Starbucks is good. To your right, across from Starbucks, you have the Royal store, where they got some Inter Miami home jerseys with Messi on there right now, your ship models, a bunch of cool stuff in there. We definitely got a few souvenirs from there. Then still walking forward, of course, you have the Pearl, which is incredible. Guest services is to the right on deck 5 when you walk past the Pearl. And then you have V Point and Feather, which is a really cool venue. It's the English pub that you'll find on a lot of Royal ships. And then as you continue to walk aft, you have a dog peeing on a lamppost. Again, one of the cool statues that's around the ship. Deck 5 aft, you have the dining room. The dining room is on 3, 4, and 5 aft. 3 is my time dining, and then the other 2, one's early and one's late. I can't remember which ones they were though. Starting on deck 6 aft, you have the entrance to Absolute Zero, which is the ice skating rink. We watched a great show. We definitely had a good time in there. And then walking forward, you have Playmakers, sports bar and arcade, where they've got some classic arcade games. They've got some new arcade games, skee ball. This is a great place. It does cost money to eat here, but we had eaten here twice and we definitely love it. As you walk out of Playmakers, you have a store called 6th and Main, where they have some Icon swag, some Royal Caribbean gifts. It's a really cool store. Brittany got something from here, and you know, it's a good place to get some souvenirs. As you leave 6th and Main, you have Adventure Ocean off to your left. Then you have Surfside. This is just an entrance. Surfside's actually on deck 7 aft, so we'll be up there when we hit deck 7. Walking forward on deck 6, you have the second part of the Royal Promenade. To your right, you have Schooner Bar. To your left, you have Bolero's. Both are great places to get a drink. As you pass Schooner Bar, you come up to Giovanni's Italian Restaurant, which is a specialty dining restaurant. And above it, there is another statue. It looks like somebody's taking a picture down onto the promenade. That's faked a few people out. There's a few of those around the ship. They're really cool. Another new venue, new to Royal, is Dueling Pianos. We also haven't spent any time in here yet, but we definitely plan to today. This is really cool, and in front of it, you've got another awesome statue. But now we gotta head back over next to the attic and go back to the Pearl Cafe. So we're headed there now. On the opposite side of the deck 6 promenade, you've got the Pearl Cafe. Great place to grab some free breakfast. And they also have lunch and dinner options as well, but they're just snacks. Walking past the Pearl Cafe on deck 6, you have some nice seating area that overlooks a good portion of the promenade. But then you have the Comedy Club, which is the attic, where we saw 3 great comedians on this cruise. And they have these cool windows show the comedian with the crowd. And then they've just got some nice scenes here. It's really well themed. And they also have a Zoltar. All the way aft on deck 7, we are in the Surfside neighborhood. This is a pool for kids and families. They got some really cool stuff here. Over there, you've got the Lemon Post bar. Then you got Pier 7 Eatery, which is all like extra cost food. They definitely have some good options, but it is a little expensive. So we're gonna head forward here in the Surfside neighborhood. Here's Surfside Bites. They've got, you know, popcorn, chicken, hot dog. You can see the menu there. The food is really good there, and it is complimentary, included in your cruise. So definitely a good spot. Right after that, you've got Sprinkles, which is an ice cream stand. They serve your ice cream for you. You don't get to do it yourself, so it is not self-serve. And then as we're walking forward, you've got the merry-go-round. I've seen kids on this, they're having a blast with this. Now, this really is such a well-themed neighborhood. Royal did a great job. And in the Surfside neighborhood, they actually have their own buffet, which is really good. They have some crazy things in there, like a grilled cheese wrapped hot dog. They had lasagna bites. We did it in our food tour video, so that'll be coming out soon. And you guys definitely gotta watch that because we got some amazing food on this ship. Across from Surfside Eatery, you have a candy store, which is called Sugar Beach. And then next to that, you have the arcade. And again, with the theming, look at this giant flamingo statue. And then over there, you have another one of those statues that looks like it's taking a picture of you. But there's nothing else on deck 7 aside from staterooms. So we're gonna head up to Central Park next. So throughout the ship, you have quite a few of these tower viewers. They're just binoculars that overlook cool areas of the ship. And as you can see, this is a beautiful view of a cruise ship here. But anyway, walking forward on deck 8, we have reached Central Park. Central Park is a really good place to go for a walk in the morning or evening. To the left, as soon as you're walking forward, you've got Lou's Jazz and Blues Club. We haven't been in there yet, but that does look like an awesome venue. And as you're coming around to the right, you've got a store called Regalia Fine Watches. Haven't been in there because I probably can't afford any of the watches in there. As you're walking past the watch store, you have Bubbles, which is a walk-up champagne bar. Really cool that they added that. Just past Bubbles, you have the Park Cafe, where they have a bagel bar, sandwich and paninis, and they also have this cool fountain right outside. This is a good place to get some breakfast in the morning. Up next in Central Park, you have the Trellis Bar. We haven't gotten a drink here yet, but this is such a serene place to grab a drink. Definitely a good one to get in the evening. Opposite to the Trellis Bar, you have Azumi in the Park, where you have a walk-up sushi station. I'm gonna be trying this in the food tour vlog, so you guys are definitely gonna wanna check that out. And then they actually have the Azumi restaurant right after that. Across from Azumi, right as you're about to head back in from Central Park, is Chops Grill. And Central Park does have maps at each entrance that show you where everything's at, and I just can't get over how beautiful Central Park is on this ship. Starting all the way deck 15 forward, you have the Overlook, which has been a great spot to relax. They even have a bar, but the bar does close at 9, and they have these awesome pods. And you'll see in one of my later vlogs that we got one of those. We got the one in the back. Those have been super popular. As you get past the Overlook, walking aft on deck 15, you have Ryan Bean. I got a coffee from here. It was really good. They are a little pricey, but definitely cheaper than Starbucks. And then, of course, the highlight of the Aquadome neighborhood is the Aquadome itself. We saw a show here and it was really good. It was delayed a couple times. We had to reschedule, but you guys got to watch the vlog. It's in the St. Thomas one coming in a few weeks. Definitely check it out. Just past the Aquadome, you have the Aquadome Market, where they have creme de la crepe, ginger, max feta toast and garden. Unfortunately, I can't go in there right now, but I'll insert some footage of that right now. Still really digging this Aquadome Market area. Super awesome. Also in the Aquadome neighborhood and right past the Aquadome Market, you've got Royal Bling. We haven't seen the $100,000 chalice out yet, but all of this jewelry is super expensive, way out of our price range. Across from the Aquadome Market, you have Hooked Seafood. We did not go in here at all, but it looks like a really nice place to get some food. It is one of the specialty dining restaurants. I'm not sure the price, but it is pretty pricey. Just past the Aquadome, you lead out into Chill Island. As soon as you walk into Chill Island, you get a beautiful view looking down on Central Park, and there's some good seating off to the left, and then to the right you actually have 3 ping pong tables in a little glass enclosure so the wind doesn't knock the ball around. I'm sure we've all been there on a cruise before. Walking portside on deck 15 on Chill Island, you've got a hot tub and you've got the lime and coconut bar right next to it. Good spot to hang out. Still on the port side, there is a pool in Chill Island right there, but it's closed right now. But you do have these awesome seating areas. This is kind of like a catamaran, but the kids have kind of been bouncing all around on these, so we really haven't spent too much time. Just past that awesome seating, you've got Cantina Fresca bar, and then you also have El Loco Fresh. And then all the way on 15 aft, you've got the Washy Washy Windjammer. We're on deck 16 entering the Hideaway, but technically I believe the Hideaway will show deck 15 because you do have to walk down the stairs here. But this has been one of our go-to spots on sea days. We absolutely love it, and I'll show you guys why. Look at the views of the seating in the Hideaway. We haven't been able to get a chair here. Right now is actually probably a good time, but yeah, this is epic. As you walk down the stairs, you get one of the best pools I have ever seen on a cruise ship, and that is the suspended infinity pool at the Hideaway. We've spent quite a bit of time in this pool. The last part of the Hideaway is the Hideaway bar. The seating back here is really nice, and the views of the back of the ship are just incredible. As you can see the wake down there. You look down into Surfside neighborhood. You get to see the suspended infinity pool, the towering water slides of the Thrill Island, and another one of those statues that's actually gotten a few people is this girl taking pictures. We've been in the Hideaway pool a few times, and people are like, what is she still taking pictures of? We're gonna start deck 16 port side aft, and we're gonna head forward. This is the putt-putt course. We're gonna be doing this today on our final sea day. It looks like such an awesome putt-putt course. And next to that, you have Base Camp Provisions. They do have some free bites there, but they're just small bites. But this is a really good place to get some food if you want to pay some extra money. As you're walking forward, you have the rock climbing walls, and then you have Crown's Edge. It's $35 per person on our sailing, but we're not really interested because it doesn't look like it's that long of a thrill ride, as they call it, but still, it is really cool. There's so many seating options. We're on deck 16 right above Chill Island. Those casitas are $800 to rent for a day. We said no thank you to that, but it is so beautifully themed up here, and you get some great views of the rest of the ship. We're heading all the way back to deck 16 aft so I can get the entire Thrill Island water park. So back at deck 16 aft, you have category 6 Storm Chasers and the Frightening Bolt. The Frightening Bolt is this orange one that's a drop slide, and then these two are the racers. I did this one, the navy blue that wraps around here. That was such an incredible slide. I had a blast. Also, right above the Hideaway, you do have the Flow Rider. Great views of that right here. And as you can see, there are the water slides. Storm Chasers, definitely recommend it. You actually grab a mat and slide down on it. Very fun time. And they do have signs in Thrill Island showing you which way each of the water slides are. And it is insane how you actually feel like you're in a water park. Royal did a great job with the theming. Walking forward in Thrill Island, you have the Hurricane Hunter Storm Surge and Pressure Drop. The pink and green ones That is Hurricane Hunter and Storm Surge. We did Storm Surge, which has kind of like a ramp that goes up over the ship. That was really fun. Definitely one of the best tube water slides I've ever been on. So that is the Category 6 water park of Thrill Island. A great time, especially if you have your family here with you. Up on deck 17, you have Cloud 17, which has really nice, comfy beach chair loungers, and you can almost always get a spot up here. And it overlooks the main pool. That main pool has actually been closed twice on our sailing from people puking. So be advised, if you got a lot of drunk adults, that pool is probably gonna be closed. Up on Cloud 17, you actually have a nice pool. It looks like it overlooks the ocean. We haven't spent any time in there though. And there is a bar right here, which reminds me, I forgot about Swim and Tonic. There's the swim up bar right there. It's only open certain times, and every time it's open, it's completely packed. They also have these cool little divers, and there's a few of them going down overlooking Central Park. That's gonna do it for my quick little ship tour of Icon of the Seas. I know I didn't hit everything. Guys, this is the largest cruise ship in the world. I hope you enjoyed this little ship tour I did, and I hope it helps you on your sailing. Thank you guys for watching this. Cruise on.